Met my boyfriend down a taco truck. Pass me my vape, I'm feeling sick, I need to take a puff. Imagine if we actually gave a fuck.
Welcome back to the Put It On podcast.
Hey everyone, did you guys love my singing?
I'm going to cut that out.
Oh, seriously?
Just kidding.
Oh my god, all of my songs have been cut out. I just realized all of my song intros are gone.
I thought you were just doing that for me to line up the audio.
Oh my god.
You wanted that kept in?
I thought you wanted a song compilation to play at the end of the year.
We can't afford royalties. Are you kidding me?
I think I sing so bad though that like no one would even
Like,
know.
This isn't a real song.
They're like, oh, this poor man is dying. How
Hi,
can we
Richie.
help him?
Hi, welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome back to my podcast.
It basically is though. Courtney does all of the editing for all of
And
this.
that's
just so you
why
guys
this
know.
shit doesn't come out anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been. I don't have the necessary skills and time and attention span commitment.
Nor do I.
Our podcast is falling apart. You guys might be listening to one of the last episodes.
Welcome back to the final episode. dot, dot, dot.
Who's to say, you know? Maybe we'll take such a long hiatus that'll eventually we'll just put new episodes out and call it the reunion.
Yeah. Or, yeah, maybe we'll get our shit together. Just post 5 in one day. Boom. You're welcome, America.
Schizophrenic podcasting. But we are back, and we're here in a cat's lair.
Yep.
Which is...
I almost just got bit by one.
You guys can't see it, but there's also like a giant hamster wheel for cats here. Mm-hmm. And it's truly disturbing. Like, I hope that your clients don't listen to this. But it is such an interesting...
It's real weird.
Thing.
It's 2 different apartments. I'm taking care of animals on both sides.
And it's like...
0 TVs. Who lives like this?
There's no TVs. Also, okay, like, how much can we talk about?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Well, like, she's a baker.
Yeah.
But she has cats running amok.
Yes, I guess when she's in the midst of baking, they tape up cardboard, keep the cats out.
I feel like that's such a weird... Also, the amount of, like, precautions to avoid the cats and dogs meeting each other is, like, a lot. Between, like, the separate apartments and the doors and the cardboard and the gates. Like, there's just, like, a lot happening
I
here.
say just let them... Just put them all together in one
down.
bathroom and see what happens.
I have a feeling the dog wouldn't live.
With that scary cat,
Yeah,
probably not.
I don't think...
This guy's just fine.
I think animal fighting should be more widely accepted in these situations.
Like, same breed? Same
No.
species? Doesn't matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You just want a...
Let's just see which
National
one comes out on top.
Geographic. So yeah, that's what my week looks like. Just hanging out with all these weird animals.
Well,
No TVs.
it is oddly quiet over here too. Like,
What do people do? There are instruments everywhere. He was like, feel free to play whatever instruments. I was like, what?
That's so funny. He's like, we don't have TV, but we do have a small guitar if you're into that. Would that
Do
please
I look
you?
musical to you?
He's like, okay, before I go, here's Wonderwall.
Here's a D chord real fast. So yeah, this podcast will probably come out early because I have nothing else to do.
Okay, how was your week?
You know, it's been fun. I had a lot of shows last week that were fun.
You were really busy.
And
I
I'm
saw your
tired.
notes and I was like, oh, she's been everywhere.
Yeah. I did a show at the historic Everett Theater, which is my first time performing there.
I saw that. How did you like it? I like that theater.
It was a lot of fun. There were people up in the balcony. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's a
this
2
is
balcony,
legit.
right? Or 1 balcony, right?
There's the main floor and then a balcony. And yeah, there's a bunch of people. Had a fun set. I sold a lot of merch. I made more on merch sales than I did like just working for the show.
Good for you. That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's fun. I had another Lady Bits in Seattle. That went well. The new layout is fun. I'm doing like a Q&A thing with all the comics, and yeah, I just like to be riffy. Apparently I'd rather do this podcast live and not have to edit anything.
That's like good to know though. That is good to know.
It can work live.
Maybe we should just start selling it as like a live show, and then we release the live episode, and then that's it.
Oh, I get it. But that means we have to produce a show. We have to sell tickets and book a venue.
I think we could do it.
Want it? Okay, I'll leave that to you. And
Yeah,
then I'll record it and then put it on YouTube.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe we could just do like a fun thing. I don't know. Well, let's work on that. Let's put a pin in that.
Okay. Oh.
No, don't.
I kind of
no,
want to
bad
see if
kitty.
her face will show up in the camera.
No, she's going to paw it and then knock your expensive ass camera over.
Look at me like, what are you going to fucking do about it, bitch?
We'll fucking kill her.
I need these cats are my paycheck this week, so you have to be nice.
Your time's limited.
How was your week?
Oh, thanks for asking. My week was so good. God, what did I even do?
You literally have your notes right in front of you.
Okay, God. I the only thing I really did is I went to Wisconsin this week. I went to Wisconsin.
Did you eat any cheese?
I ate cheese curds, fried cheese curds.
Ooh,
yeah.
Fried.
Yep. And it was really good.
How do you fry? Oh, I guess it's like mozzarella.
That's basically it.
Okay.
And that was like honestly the best way to do it. And I ate those. I got some of Wisconsin's best cookies. Those were delicious. I always forget that everything in the Midwest is cheaper. Like we got tacos, and my tacos are only $8 for like 2.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's just cheaper. Like that in Seattle would be like
Seattle's so
like $12 or $13.
Stupidly expensive. I was talking to someone, they were like, Seattle has prices of like LA, but like there's nothing great about Seattle. We have shitty weather. I've
been saying this.
Why are we spending so much here?
Like, it doesn't make sense for how expensive things are here. But yeah, and I worked the Comedy on State Club, and it was just really fun, super cool. The audiences were just truly some of the best audiences I've ever had. I got to hang out with Elliot GB and Joey and this guy named Tim Murray, who was super cool. Yeah, I just feel like
ladies. Wow.
Yeah, but there were 3 gay dudes, so
that equals 1 lady.
It's like basically 1 lady. And if you want to measure it in like dicks that we've taken, it's basically like 17 ladies.
For sure more than an average lady.
I'm actually probably 10 of those average ladies.
And I'm just an average lady.
So yeah, it was a good time, and that was basically all I did this week. I feel like I can't really think. Oh, I applied for a lot of jobs.
Any luck so far?
I have 2 interviews tomorrow, and I just scheduled another one for next week.
One of my friends just posted on Instagram about her daughter. She was like, she's 17. She's looking for her first job. She hasn't heard back from any. Sending out her resume. Does anyone know of any places? And I was like, oh, Richie's in the same boat.
Yeah, basically. I feel sorry for like people who don't have job experience now, because like even for like dumb jobs that are like that shouldn't need experience, they're like, can you have like 4 or 5 years of retail experience to work this minimum wage job? And it's just like
so dumb.
This is so stupid. Like, who's asking for this? So yeah, that has been my week. It's been a really cool week, and I got this sweater with a little ghosty on it.
I saw that. It looks like the ghost on your leg.
I know, right? It's really cute. Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
In Wisconsin.
Oh, I really would like, and I like that it's such a bright white.
I'm terrified to wear it.
Just love it while you got it. See, there's proof of you wearing it, so if something does happen to it,
yeah, I'm scared I'm going to stain it. I wore this. Oh my God. I was wearing this on Saturday night performing, and I was like, I'm just going to put
wore that on stage.
Oh my God. Yes. And I was like, I'm going to take this off while I eat pizza. And then I took it off and I was wearing a white shirt under it. And I spilled pizza on that white shirt. And I was like, cool.
I did that when I was eating at Dough Zone. I was about to go to a show and I was like, I have a light colored shirt on. So I took that off and then spilled all over myself. I was like, well, I'm putting that back on.
Mm-hmm. It's really tough out here wearing light colored clothing.
Yep. For us sloppy bitches. I
can't help it. It's just so easy to make a mess everywhere and I'm tired.
I'm tired of making messes.
I just want to be clean. Someone put me in a Ziploc bag. I'm so tired of this. Okay, speaking of messy, should we get into today's episode topic of being not that chill?
Sure, let's do it. This was your
I'm kind of taking the lead here. Yeah,
I want to see where you take us.
This is an episode about times that we were not chill and kind of just talking about them and were they warranted.
Do you want to define what chill means for us elder millennials?
Just like being calm, cool, collected, and just, being like a safe, normal person. Sane.
So what's the opposite of that?
I think anything other than that.
Unhinged. Crazy, psychotic lunatic.
I think also just like even being like pissy in your feelings is like not chill. Like not chill is just anything that's not chill. Like
totally.
You want to be relaxed, cool, calm, collected girlies.
Vibes.
And sometimes that's just not always how it is. Sometimes you cry or you get angry or you throw things or sometimes you yell at people. Once. Yeah. Like basically if you're not vibing, chilling, living, then you're just not chill.
Hell yeah.
Did I do good?
Perfect. Word for word definition in the dictionary. You nailed it.
Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
How about you kick us off?
Okay. Actually, wait, I didn't write this one down, but like, I think the best example of not chill for me is who's calling me? I'm not answering this right now.
Spam. Maybe it's a job.
Oh, fuck a job.
This is a job.
This is a job. Now, I think the best example of not chill, honestly, is like, okay, so one time I was in Spokane and it was winter and it was snowing.
Ooh, the chilliest of chills.
Yeah. And I didn't drive. I was driving. Rode there with a friend and
for comedy.
And my boyfriend, I called him after the show. He's back home in Seattle. And I was like, hey, where the fuck are you? You didn't answer your phone. And so I like waited an hour and I check his location and then his location is off. And I was like, oh my God, he's fucking cheating on me. So my not chill ass was like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. It's only 11:30 right now. If I left in the middle of the night right now, I could drive back through the storm, through the mountains, in the dark, back to Seattle, check on his ass, and then drive back the next morning.
Oh, because you had to work there again.
I had to work there the next day too. And I was like devising a plan in my head. I was like, okay, how do I reach him without being seen or caught? And I was like texting, I was with Joe. I was like, Joey, can I borrow your car? I think I have something going on. And like, he also is like apparently not chill, and he was like, you can totally use my car. And I was like, yeah,
he's like, no, I'm gonna book you a helicopter, let's get this done.
I was like, let's fucking go. I'm gonna catch his ass. And I would describe that as like not being chill, because I really riled myself up there over nothing. And
why? What ended up happening?
Well, what ended up happening is that he called me and he was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, why the fuck was your location off? And he was like, it wasn't off. And I checked my other two friends' locations that I have, and I also couldn't see their locations.
You just had poor service.
Yeah. And so that is not chill. How I responded is not chill. That is not what we want. And what I could have done, what I should have done, is just relaxed and trusted my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And, maybe checked and seen if I could see other people's locations before I jumped to the conclusion that he was sticking his dick in someone else.
I mean, I would like to know why your immediate reaction was to be not chill, and why were you feeling insecure in your relationship at that moment?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that's what you should have been asking yourself.
I definitely am more better about that now. But like at the time, I was just like, let's just see how crazy I can be. Let's just see.
I had a similar kind of not chill thing. I dated this guy maybe for like a month or two. It was in my early 20s. I don't even fucking remember. But I was crazy about him. And we had both lived with our parents. So
naturally so when you're in high school, yeah.
No, I was in my early 20s.
Oh. Well, that's still natural
still
too.
In high school. No, we both had to move back home after college. So I like booked us a hotel at one point. Like, let's go to Seattle and spend the night together. I paid for this hotel. We like spent this romantic evening together, whatever. And then maybe like a week or so later, he had just stopped talking to me for like 2 days. And I was like, this motherfucker. I kept calling him, texting him, like, what the hell? But it was before social media was like so everywhere. Mm-hmm. It was like kind of smartphones, but not really smartphones. So I could go on my computer at home and see that he had been on Facebook, but had not like contacted me at all. So I was like, okay, well, I know you're alive. You're just fucking ignoring me. And then he called me like 2 days later and he was like, hey, I just got my phone back. I left it in a public bathroom or some random stupid thing.
Some bad story.
And he was like, the way you reacted really isn't chill, and I don't think this is going to work. And I was like, no!
So why do you think you felt so insecure in that moment?
Because I was insecure because he was a piece of shit. He had all the capable... I don't know. He was able to reach out and be like, hey, I lost my phone. But he just didn't like me.
And he just gaslit you into thinking that this was your fault.
As much as I liked him, and that was his way out. And yeah. But it was.
This is kind of giving like men are garbage is basically what I'm saying. I'm
gonna blame his dick on this one because the sex was just really, really good. And I was like, more please. And he was like,
was it good? Like looking back, was it good?
Yeah, probably the best.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And he was Filipino. So good job. It wasn't you. It wasn't Richie. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they know each other. I don't know.
This is kind of actually reminding me of another one I didn't write down. But last year, I had a not so chill moment, or no, this wasn't last year. This was like a long time ago. Sorry. This was a long time ago where I had a not so chill moment when I saw all of my friends went to Pride without me.
Oh no.
And it was just a bunch of straight people hanging out at Pride without me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I was so mad and I was just by myself at my apartment. And then I was like, I'm just going to take a bunch of acid and be happy the rest of the day.
Solved it.
And
luckily you're not friends with any of those straight people anymore.
I'm
because,
not.
Ew, they're garbage.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
That's nuts. Anyway.
Who would do that? What a great question. What's your next thing?
Let's see. I feel like I let my horniness cloud my judgment a lot.
Oh, I think that this is like a not chill moment that everyone can relate to, though.
Have you ever been so horny
that you went like, to an anonymous hookup in a glory hole?
That was going to be my question. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. You too?
Not quite, but I convinced myself that this guy who worked in the office that I worked in was into me, and I was reading the 50 Shades of Grey books, so I was really revving myself up during this time. No. And it's all about like, ooh, office, like workplace romance stuff. So I was like, we were changing offices, and I was in the old office, and I had texted him. I was like, oh, it's so weird being in the old office all alone. It's so weird.
I feel like it was like, it's so weird being in the old office all alone.
I mean, that's what I meant the text to come across as, but he just didn't respond. And I was like, oh, fuck.
How long did it take you before you realized that he wasn't going to respond?
Probably a few hours.
Oh, Courtney.
You're just like really worked myself up on
You're working late. You're like, he must be busy.
This is crazy. I had like to fully convince myself that this dude liked me because he like walked me out. We like walked out at the same time a few times, and I was like,
"You're just waiting by the door."
Oh my god, this is it. Yep.
Cool.
If we had an HR at that time, probably wouldn't have been great for me.
Did he ever find out that you liked him?
I don't think so. He left.
You should reach out to him.
Got married and
be like, "Hey,
went bald."
Oh, never mind. I've lost interest. Yeah, don't do that. Mm-mm. One time I had I also didn't write this down. I had a not so chill moment when I was maybe 14, which is like the most unchill you are in your entire life.
Oh,
and
yeah.
My, at the time, best friend and I were not talking because he had crazy mood swings. He would just be like, we're not friends anymore, like out of the blue. And I'd be like, why not? And I didn't understand why. And like looking back, I'm like, oh, you just like had a huge crush on him, and he probably also had like some weird conflicting feelings, and like he would cut off our friendship. And I was like so insane that like his girlfriend lived across the street from me, and I saw him go there, and I ran into the house, and I was like, hey, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, in front of like his girlfriend and his mom, or in front of his girlfriend and his girlfriend's mom. And I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit. I hope you know that I don't fucking care about you anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Like literally making a whole ass fool of myself. And I didn't just like walk in to the front like living room. I like walked upstairs and found him. And I was like, I was fully insane.
The dad's just like,
yeah. The mom. I remember the mom being like, "Hey, Richie, what's going on?"
like, not now, Samantha.
I'm busy. Okay, I have to get this off my chest.
Your daughter's boyfriend is a little bitch.
Yeah, and so then we went on to have an off and on again friendship for many years after that. It was really cool.
It sounds tumultuous.
It was toxic.
Wait, I just remembered. Last week, I ran into my old roommate, and we had a very big falling out, like screaming at each other on the sidewalk.
This is also a not chill moment.
That was not chill of either of us.
Why did you guys do that?
There were some things going on. She had lied to me about what she was doing.
Like what?
She was not being faithful to her fiance. And
was she asking you to keep it a secret?
Pretty much, yeah. She was like, if he asks you, just lie about it. And I was like, I'm not going to lie to anyone about anything, especially if he straight up asks me. But I was like, I'm not going to like come out and be like, hey, guess what? But I'm not going to lie for you.
Yeah.
And she thought I was the worst person in the world for that, and screamed at me and said, we're not fucking friends. And I was like, okay.
Did she marry him?
No, she ended up splitting up someone else's marriage.
Oh.
But yeah, I saw her last week while I was randomly walking.
How is she doing? Did you stop and talk to her?
No, we just passed each other on the sidewalk.
Did you make eye contact?
No, because I was just walking. I was watching the Shebas, so I was just making sure they were both doing what they needed to do. But I heard her voice, and I turned around and I said her name, and then she turned around. And she's like, "Oh, hey!" She's like, "I'm actually late for a meeting." She was walking with like a coworker or someone. She's like, "But we should catch up soon." And I was like, "Okay, good to see you."
Are you gonna text her?
She hasn't texted me.
Perfect.
It's
exactly what we want. It turns out there's been a lot of times I've not been chill. I was like trying to think about it when I was making my notes. I was like, how many not chill moments do I have? Oh, here's a great one that I did write down. Have you ever seen me not have my vape?
Yep.
It's pretty cool, right? Like how quickly I can be not chill.
You're like Malta when I tried to pet her.
Yeah, like one time I lost my vape in my apartment, and I was like, I'd never acted this way before. And I was like throwing things around my apartment, screaming like, where the fuck is it?
Is that why you get the big bright colored ones now?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Smart. You put an air tag on them just to be safe.
I mean, I buy them in bulk now. So
I'm a Costco bitch.
I always want to make sure I have my vape with me so that way I don't attack someone.
Conversely, you could consider quitting. Be better for you in the long run.
We're gonna cut this part out.
No. You want to vape forever?
I don't want to vape forever, but I don't want to kill someone.
You can't wean yourself off?
I can try.
I mean, that was your goal. Wasn't that one of your New Year's resolutions?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. Who's to say?
I'm going to check the tapes.
Okay, well.
I think you should think about quitting.
I don't know. I feel like if I was to quit, I would have to literally lock myself in my apartment for like a week. Cause like I'm not one of those bitches who can just be like, I'm done and then be over. Like if you look at my track record with men, you would see that when I say I'm done, I don't mean it.
Oh,
and just like vaping, I also don't mean it.
They always come back.
Yeah. I'm always like, let's just see if this still works.
Oh. Once I finally say I am done, then I'm actually done. But I think that's what women do. We break up like 6 months before the actual breakup. Like in our minds, we're like, I'm fucking done. But then it just takes some time to get the words out.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I don't have that yet. I love my boyfriend a lot. I'm not really trying to leave him. Yeah. No, he's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's pretty chill. He's chill.
He is chill.
He's really chill.
That's
like good. I wish, like the other day he snapped at me on the phone and he was like, I'm so sorry I snapped at you. And I was like, that is the first time that has ever happened. I literally don't care. Like you didn't even need to apologize to me.
That's nice that he does. You guys balance each other out.
I know. It's so cool.
I'm out here just raw dogging life all by myself. No one to balance me out.
I mean, I don't know. I did have like a not chill moment not that long ago about my career. I wrote this one down too.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. And I just like went into a spiral of like, am I even doing this right? Like, does anyone even fucking care? Like, am I ever going to make it in stand up? Does it matter? Is my life important? Am I creative? Am I talented? Do I know anyone? What's going on with me? And then my boyfriend did try and like talk me off the cliff. And I was like, I'll fucking cut myself right now. Like.
And did you?
No, but I was waving a knife around and he was like, can you give me that? You are so annoying.
Ay, scary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like you had a pretty not chill thing that happens to everybody.
Everyone waves a knife around?
Yeah. And also has a midlife crisis about where their life is headed.
Yeah.
Do you feel better?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we're working on it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a similar thing. You can tell me if it's similar. I've been completely obsessed with the show Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah.
To the point of like all of the videos that come up on YouTube are Ted Lasso related. I seek out interviews with Brett Goldstein because I'm in love with him. And I was talking to my therapist about it and I was like, I just got really sad because I have such a huge crush on this guy and I want to be the person that he would want me to be. Like if we ever met and I wanted him to like me, I would need to be X, Y, and Z and I'm not those things. And he was like, well, how can you be those things? And I was like, you're right. I should change myself for the idea of a man. You're right. No,
I don't know if that was like totally the takeaway.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
it was more like, well, what do you want to be doing? And I was like, actually, there are some things that I could be doing that I would feel more like confident about, or like I'm not just a dog walker or just hang out with cats. Like
you're not just a dog walker.
I could be a writer or whatever.
You're also a podcast producer, which I can't really put on my resume. I can put down podcast personality, but not producer.
Yeah, but I just had an existential crisis about like I'm not doing what I should be doing for the person who I'm in love with to see me.
I feel like, yes, that is the same thing. Am I doing it for love? No. Am I doing it for fame? Yes. So yeah, I feel like it's the same thing. Love and fame are essentially synonymous.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to have a career that I'm proud of.
I also would just like to have a career that I'm proud of.
And I feel like I haven't like, I like my job. I like working with dogs, but it's not like I don't want to be doing this when I'm 60
No.
kind of thing.
Maybe you should start incorporating. I don't even know if that's the right term, but like build an empire of dog walkers and sitters.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe. Just get the heck out of here.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, that was the thing that I wrote down. Just not knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so many ways to not be chill.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm like, we're just not chill bitches. But I feel like everyone has like not chill moments at least like once a day. Like, right?
Yeah. Especially if I don't get enough sleep, that day's ruined for me. I'm just a not chill bitch. I'm like, why would you look at me like that? Oh, you think you can cut me off? I'm going to murder you. Yeah. It just really sets me on a no good day.
Sometimes I just wake up wrong and I'm like, today's not going to be a chill day and I'll make sure of it.
And you do.
Everyone's day is going to be ruined now. Anyone in contact with me.
This is all your fault.
Yeah. So basically, hey, remember at the beginning of the episode when I was like, I have 2 interviews tomorrow? I have 1 interview tomorrow now.
Oh, the one get canceled?
Yeah. So things are going super good.
Who canceled? What was the job?
It was for an HR role.
Ugh, barf. You don't want to do that anyway. You don't even have any ethics of your own. You think you're going to uphold some standards for a company? Oh, okay. They made the right choice.
I mean, probably, honestly.
You're like, what? We can all play grab ass. That's my favorite.
That is my favorite game. I don't know. Do you have any more not chill stories? I feel like I outed myself on being crazy a lot on this episode.
I mean, that's what we do every episode. That's why people like us. Because we're vulnerable, crazy assholes.
Yeah.
At least I think
so.
Right?
Yeah. You guys are loving this.
Is that why you like us?
Okay. Did you learn anything this week?
You did. Mine goes off of what you learned.
I learned that naked bike rides happen all over the country on the day of the summer solstice. And I saw a naked bike ride when I was in Madison. And I was like, I thought this was strictly a Seattle thing, but it turns out it's everywhere.
They're everywhere.
And I've always wanted to do a naked bike ride.
Did you do it?
No, because I didn't know that summer solstice was happening that day until I saw naked bike riders.
Why don't you just take your pants off and run in there?
Because I didn't have a bike.
Should we do it next year? I have rollerblades.
Can you rollerblade through it?
I've seen people roller skate.
Okay,
I think you can do whatever you want. No one's going to be like, you have the wrong wheels for your naked body.
I guess that's true, yeah. What'd you learn?
So I live in Fremont, which is where the Seattle Solstice Parade happens and the naked bike ride. And so I've seen it several times, just standing outside my apartment, just watching all the flaccid dicks go by. Like, oh, wow. This year I was here, but I needed to run home really quick to grab something on the day of the solstice parade. It took me a fucking hour to get to my apartment. I was so mad.
Did you even park near?
I parked like a couple blocks away and then just like cut people off and maneuvering around. I was like, I just need to grab my fucking computer. Can you guys get out of here? So I would just say don't live by a drawbridge where anytime that thing goes up, you're stranded. Don't live in the middle of a neighborhood that considers itself the center of the universe.
I always thought that was such a weird name for Fremont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Do you have any shows that you're going to...
Something we're excited about?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I like that. Okay. What's something that you're excited about?
I'm excited this week. On Wednesday, I'll be at the Hereafter with Lisa Wallen. She's going to be back in town. She moved to LA, but she'll be back this week. And I'm excited to
I honestly might come by and say hi.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you excited about?
I am excited that I will be headlining a show in Boise on July 7th.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Putting the word out.
Oh, and I'm also excited that I'm going to see Orville Peck on Sunday.
This Sunday?
This Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I have his face tattooed on my arm.
And you show it off?
No, it's too much work to get the sweater sleeve up.
At the...
Oh, yeah,
show.
probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could have him sign it, and then you could tattoo his signature. If you wanted.
Maybe I will. That's actually not a bad idea.
How probable is it that you'll get to meet him?
I don't know. But I'd like to believe that it's high. I'm manifesting.
Okay.
And then he'll be like, hey, you're really funny. Do you have an agent?
You
and
should
I'll be
open
like,
for me on all my shows.
yeah. I could be like, I would love that. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys kiss to seal the deal.
I don't know if my boyfriend would love that.
No tongue. He'd be fine with no tongue.
Okay. Okay, well, that's our episode. Yeah, tell us about your not chill times.
Yeah. And tell us how to be more chill. We need it.
We don't know it.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
And watching.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye.